If you want to know how I made this yummy looking beef fried rice, then keep watching. I'm making beef fried rice like I said. I have some beef here. I've chopped up this beef, and someone may say, Sherry mom, is this beef not much? Please, I want it to be plenty. It has to be dominant in this fried rice. I beg. I want plenty beef inside the fried rice. Don't mind me. Then I have spring onions. This is red bell pepper, and you know it's different from the regular tatase. In case you did not know, this one is sweet. It's sweet, and then this one is spicy. I don't know the botanical names for them, but yeah, I know the difference. When you see them, you know. So yeah, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using green pepper as well, and then I have tatase. I have some onions that I'll be using. Then I also have some carrots, frozen carrots that I'll be using as well. I'm just going to put it in the oven for it to cook instead of frying it, because frying it to make it too dry. So I'll just put it in the oven and bake it basically. And I've just seasoned it. I'll add some oil, mix everything together, and put it in the oven. Yeah, just spread it out and pop it in the oven and leave to cook for a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to put that in the oven and let it cook. Yeah, and then prepare the vegetables for the rice. This is the beef. It's ready now. It's very tender as opposed to dry, or it's still cooked. It's done, it's baked, and it looks yummy. I feel like I'm nibbling on some of it, but I'll set this aside now. After preparing the meat, it was time to start the process of the rice. I first of all got my cooking pan, and I got a wide pan because this process involves a lot of mixing, and I was cooking 5 cups of rice. So I got a wide pan, and then I set it on fire, and then I toasted the rice. So basically the essence of toasting rice is to ensure that the grains are individual and separate, and they don't gum together the way that most times they gum when we cook at home. So this is a tip that you should take note of and use it when next you cook, and let me know how that goes. So I'll be toasting the rice with some butter, and I put some of that butter in the pan. Like I said, I'm cooking 5 cups of rice, and that's a large quantity, and that's why the butter looks like it's a lot, you know. But tweak it to your preference, to the amount of rice you're going to be cooking. You don't want to soak the rice in butter. So I put in some bay leaves because I like the flavor that bay leaves give. I also put in some onions, a little. Then I went in with the washed and parboiled rice, and I began to stir it, mix it together, and toast it, basically, allow it fry. I had some meat stock from already cooked meat, so I just added the meat stock to the rice. Basically, the rice is parboiled, so it's not cooked. What I'm trying to do now is to cook the rice. So I added the meat stock. It will be best if you use meat stock as opposed to water because of the flavor, you know. But if you don't have meat stock already available, then just feel free to add water and top up your ingredients. So in spite of the meat stock that I added, I still added the ingredients. So you can imagine if I did not have meat stock. So I just put in some salt. I lightly seasoned it because I did not want to overpower the rice. So I added salt, and then I covered and I let it cook for a couple of minutes. And look at that. You can see how separate and individual the grains are. Next up, I had some bleached oil in my pan. I used bleached palm oil because of the flavor, and then I added some vegetable oil to that. But you can just use your vegetable oil, really, there's no harm in just vegetable oil. And then I added my blended tatase, you know, the tatase that I showed you earlier. I know some people call it tatashe. Well, I'm in the north, and here we call it tatase, at least in the north, the area of the north that I am. For all my life, I've called it tatase, so no vex. Next up, I'm going to be adding some of the vegetables. So basically I just have carrots, the frozen carrots I spoke about. I also have green pepper, then the red bell pepper. I have some onions and spring onions, and then yellow pepper. I love yellow pepper. This one is Gembu yellow pepper. It's from Taraba State, and it's so spicy, unlike the ones in Abuja that are just watered down and not that nice. Then I added some onions, as much as I could add, and I mixed everything together. Then I allowed it fry for a bit and allowed the water to reduce. Actually, it's preferable to dry blend your tatase so that you don't have a lot of water in the mixture and it fries faster. Then I added some ingredients. I lightly spiced it. I added bouillon cubes, seasoning cubes, thyme, and I also added black pepper and salt. Then I went in with the baked meat, the baked beef, the one I cooked in the oven, and then I added it to the sauce, and then I fried everything together, and it was giving a very, very nice flavor. I stirred everything together after adding the beef into the sauce, and then allowed it to fry for a couple of minutes, and then it was time to add the vegetables. I just went in with everything. No need to add everything, like add them one after the other. I just poured in everything, and then I kept on stirring and allowed it fry, but I don't allow it get too soggy. And then after like 5 minutes, I now started adding the rice, the already cooked rice, and I went in with it. I went in with the rice batch after, like, I don't know how to explain it, but 1 spoon after the other, and then I kept on mixing together. It's stir fry basically, so you're going to mix and mix until your arm hurts. And especially if you're cooking for a large if you're cooking a large quantity, so I kept on mixing and ensuring that everything was well combined together. The sauce spread evenly, and I covered it after I finished mixing and let it sit for a while. And look at that, the rice is ready now. And this was how I made this yummy looking beef fried rice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.